Hi, and thanks for tuning in to German Chocolate Life of a Mixed Girl. I'm Jess, aka German Chocolate, and it's been a hot minute, as usual. I feel like I say this all the time. Um, for people that know me, you know I do like to talk a lot, and storytelling is kind of my thing, but I have such a hard time sharing personal stuff on this note. I'm like, when is it important enough to share an update or how I'm doing or is anyone interested in what I want to say? So I feel like if it was a reality show, I could just pick out all the things, be like, yeah, you can see that if you want to see it. Or cut something out from like, yeah, okay, not my best moment. But whenever it comes to creating a new episode, I always have a hard time being like, is it the right time to update? What do you want to know? Do you want to know how things are going right now? How are you doing right now? 2022, right? And 2022 has been quite a journey. It so far. We're now in August, and I started this voice acting journey at the end of August last year with, taking this training program for 3 months, which resulted in my first demo, the commercial demo. And I started auditioning a lot on Casting Call Club, a lot of creative things like for free, and had opportunity to be in an app narrating audio content, and it just spiraled to this year. I've had a couple of opportunities to be with two awesome stop motion creators for YouTube, voicing their characters, and it's been so much fun. And I've just recently, if you follow on Instagram, just had a really cool job with a big brand, which I can't wait to share sometime in September. And I have a great support system, even though inside, and I know this topic is like all the time, imposter syndrome. I've probably said it in the last three. It's huge. You're always like, am I good enough? Is it this? But I'm starting to realize I'm unique. Everyone's unique in their own way, right? I always say embrace the weirdness. Hashtag no regrets live. But I'm always comparing, and it's terrible. I'm like, oh, I'm not quite there yet. So I'm taking coaching sessions. I've been taking workshops, classes, courses, improv, character development. I've been talking to people in the industry, and it's just what they say. It's a marathon, and you have to motivate yourself and have people around you that encourage you to and encourage each other. And the voice acting community is so awesome. I'm actually really excited to soon have a fellow voice actress on here for another special of the VO Corner, Vanessa Garcia. We've collabed on a fun dubbing project for Frozen, Anna and Elsa, and it was amazing. And we were talking in the DMs, and she's like, hey, are you Spanish? I was like, haha, I get that a lot. I was wondering about you too. And she's like, yeah, I get that a lot too, because she's like light skinned. And people a lot of times don't think she's Spanish. I was like, you know what? Yeah, that's something we should talk about. This is what my podcast is about, racial ambiguity. So it should be fun sharing some more stories besides mine and see where it's like similar and different, especially growing up in two different countries. So I was born and raised in Germany, and she was born and raised, I think, in California. LA. She went to UCLA. So there should be some fun stories and double the relatable content, hopefully. But besides, all this learning new stuff and embarking on this new journey where I found the one thing I want to do, I definitely want to come out with another segment, which is going to be the time I was for every job I've held, every career field I've been in. I think it would be really interesting to talk about. I've learned so much, but I've always stumbled into something or sparked an interest through a place I worked at or people I worked with. But I never had a goal like, hey, this is really what I want to achieve or what I want to do. I just always knew I wanted to be independent. I don't want to rely on a man. I want to be my own woman. And be successful in any way. And a lot of times being a generalist, which means, somebody who can adapt really well, learn things quick, but not really be an expert in a field. When you're in your mid-30s, which I am 35, going on 36 in October, it can sometimes seem like, am I a failure because, I'm not married, especially a long time. I am divorced. I have a kid, and I am not the head of XYZ, but I'm an adventurer, and my support system is so great. They were like, Jessie, you're such an inspiration because you do all these things and you go to school to get your master's while you're working full time, while being a single mom, doing all this stuff. And I was like, well, yeah, when you're in it, you do it if you're passionate enough. But when I realized voice acting is what I want to do, I committed. And my boyfriend always reminds me, you've put a lot of money into this, so ain't quitting here. And I sometimes need that reminder because I am, like many people, somebody who loves instant gratification and to see things come together. I'm not the most patient person. And you have to be patient. It's a marathon and not a sprint. And I'm seeing it more and more. And at the very beginning, I've seen a lot of quotes or voice actors saying, you got to enjoy the journey and there's so much to learn. And I am realizing that. All the little projects that come along are things you weren't even thinking about. That's all part of what shapes you. And it's fun, but it's so much work. It's not only taking classes and courses and all of that. It's also the business aspect because as an actor, it's freelancing, right? So cold calling, tracking expenses, tracking income, invoicing, keeping up the website, the resume, and all the things. And that is a lot of work. But thankfully, I kind of workaholic, so I like doing all these things. And it plays into my professional work of what I do as well. Which, speaking, there's been so much going on and not going on. This might not make any sense to some people. Maybe it makes sense to you. How have you been doing? Again. But in my day job for the past 3 months, I've just been waiting to hear back, are there going to be more layoffs happening? Am I part of it? And every week we're just hearing, next week we'll have more answers. So when you're not sure if you're going to have this regular income, steadily coming in, what are you going to do? Especially, with the flexibility that I have working this remote job for over 3.5 years. I can plug in a client-directed session in the morning, then just work an hour longer later or, take some time off. And now I have to think about, do I want to start a business? Is it time? Do I have to, start looking for a job somewhere else? And it has been a lot. I've come to the point where I can say, whatever happens, it's just meant to be and I'm ready, whatever it is. But my mental health has definitely been a roller coaster ride, like Six Flags, Universal Studios roller coaster ride. I'm riding this high and then I'm on this incredible low. And I studied psychology, and I remember in one of my classes, the professor was saying, yeah, in every class, I know a lot of y'all are going to be like, yeah, is that me? Do I have that? Am I bipolar? Am I schizophrenic? Like, what is happening? And people are like, well, it's a pandemic and you're going through a lot. So I signed up for BetterHelp, and I was talking to a therapist, and she basically said the same thing. It's a pandemic. What are you going to do? And she's like, you got great coping mechanisms. And I feel like there wasn't much she could tell me that I didn't already know. But sometimes it's just good to talk, especially if you don't want to be a burden for the people around you, because I don't want to create more stress for other people. I'm usually somebody who internalizes, but over the last couple of years, I've learned to express how I feel to people. And now sometimes I can't close the lid. But I have this dream, finally, something I know I want to do, and small goals, long-term goals. And the long-term one is definitely I want to voice something where there's going to be a red carpet event. So I'm getting ready for my red carpet look. I need to be in mind and body ready. And one of it is for you if you're watching on video, I will show it. And for you if you are not, this is my Invisalign case. I just got Invisalign. So voice acting and Invisalign, it's really fun because you definitely always have to take it out and then click, clack, click, clack, click, clack. Getting used to it because it's for the bigger goal. Making sure I can take pictures from every angle and not just from a straight side. And my teeth look good. And I've been going to the gym really consistently at least 3 days a week for the past 3-4 months. I've really incorporated it into my work schedule as well. A couple of days I really go in the morning and I tag time on in the afternoon, and that's worked wonders. And then at least once, sometimes twice, I go on the weekend. And I really love it. I really do it. Which makes it easy. I really like going in and grinding and sweating and feeling the burn and then feeling good afterwards. So much. So getting my lower body especially ready, because as I talked about, I am 35, going on 36, and even though I have wonderful genes from my father, my biological father, I have learned I can't rest on my genes alone. At some point, you do have to start working on your body or it'll just degenerate, especially when you're sitting in an office 5 days a week for 40 hours for sure. And then in the evening, you watch TV and then you're in the car and just sitting, which sooner or later creates a flat bum, and not having that. not having it. So I definitely have to work for that one. And it's been fun, amazing, exhausting, and I just kind of wanted to give this life update. So I'm going to have Vanessa on, on some fun stories for racial ambiguity. And I still have Maggie from another VO Corner episode. I just had some audio issues and I really want to clean it up. But it's been so crazy that I just could not find the time or patience. One of my weaknesses, patience, to do it. But, you see so much on Instagram. You see I live in Florida and you see I do all these things and I go eat here and I go at a concert and I'm doing all these things, and which is wonderful and I'm super grateful for. I definitely am grateful for everything. But a lot of things that are going on, it's very stressful and it's weighing on me a lot of times, and I'm just now really starting to feel better and feeling more empowered to just seek where I have control in my life and not let the things that I don't have control over take over. So this has been my life update. Been working on tons of VO projects, been thinking about potential business I could run, open, found. More things I can bring to the podcast because I really do want to share more things. I want to be more open and share more of my journey, my life. Some more throwbacks. I really enjoy telling the throwback stories. I have a whole booklet of all the things I do want to talk about, not just in my hair and where I grew up and what I did. And yeah, there's a lot to come. I can't wait. Definitely try to share more on Instagram about all the stuff that's going on. Do you want to keep on seeing great foods I'm eating? My cocktail list would be kind of boring because I have finally found my cocktail, which is a Moscow Mule or the House Mule. I will try it. But it's refreshing, and the spicy ginger definitely helps that it's not so sweet. And that's become my drink of choice. So you do maybe see some more copper cups on my pictures where there's food with a cocktail. But what else is new? I finally recorded my character demo last week, Thursday, I think, evening. And I can't wait. It'll be about 4 weeks until I get it back. But with that, I can really start knocking on some doors and getting into some more bigger auditions. And I am curious what the rest of the year will bring. I feel this is always something I say. If you know me personally, I said whenever, my life comes to an end when I'm old, and there on my tombstone will be like, she was ever so curious. Sie war stets gespannt for the Germans here. That will be on there because it is always fun to see what is the universe going to bring. What are we rolling with next? And it's time for this roller coaster to find its like steady ebb and like ride this good wave, and I'm ready for it. Yes, ready for it. Life update. Any questions? Find me at Real German Chuck on Instagram or Twitter, and I will answer the questions. Yes, that is me over and out. Thank you.